Hello and welcome to Links News. My name is Cassie.
And my name is Sammy. Today we'll be talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis, interviews with people involved, the weather report for this week, and other big events going on around us in this world. Right up. Now we're going to head over to Cassie, who's talking to two experts about the crisis to get more information on the subject.
Today has been exactly 50 years since the Cuban Missile Crisis, and I brought in some experts. Here we have Billy Bob Jr., and then we have, I don't even know her name. What's your name?
Grace.
Grace, yeah, but I don't really know her. I found her, and that's that. Okay. So, what was the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Well, it was when the U.S. found Soviet missiles in Cuba.
This actually occurred in the summer of 1962 to the fall of 1962. The U.S. President John F. Kennedy found out that the Soviet Union was arming Cuba with missiles.
You guys are interesting. On to the next question. Why was it a big deal?
The coast of Florida is actually not that far off from Cuba, so if Cuba decided to go against the U.S. with the help of the Soviet Union, they could easily take over at least half of the U.S.
Wow.
And they could reach the whole U.S.
So,
with the distance of the missiles.
So that this was happening, that they were hiding it.
Well, U.S. spies were actually in Cuba during that time, and they took photographs and sent them to President John F. Kennedy when they found out that Soviet Union Army members were on Cuban land.
Wow. This is anything to add?
Well,
Billy?
but okay. Yeah, so then the U.S. Navy ships surrounded Cuba and was like, dude, you gotta stop.
And what?
And then so on and so forth.
Okay.
And
so,
then that one Russian dude, their president or whatever, I don't even know his name, Nikolai or something like that, right?
Khrushchev?
She got it. Yeah, that loser. Yeah, so he was like, ah, fine, bro. And so then they took him away.
wow. Inspiring. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Okay, well, so Soviets came from Russia, which is in Central Asia, and then they came down around to Cuba, which is in the Bahamas off the coast of Miami, Florida, which is the United States. And at this time, as you know, Soviet Union and the United States were not on standing terms with each other. So them coming over here and dropping off a whole bunch of nuclear missiles didn't make us happy. So we sent naval ships from Houston and Jacksonville all the way down to Cuba and created a blockade around the island. So any Soviet ships coming from Russia into Cuba would be intercepted and interviewed about what they are doing. And no ships could go from Cuba all the way back, so on and so forth.
Okay, now we're going to head on over to Sammy while she interviews a witness about the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Thank you. So today I have a witness. His name is Kyle Jeffries, and he's going to be talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis himself because he was there when it happened. Right?
Right. Well, 50 years ago, I was on the USS Connecticut, and we surrounded Cuba in a blockade to keep, those Russian boats out and keep them in and stuff. So none of the other, bombs were brought in because apparently they had like 20 nuclear weapons on that island. Man, dang, I think it was a lot more than that. But that's what they told us, and I was fine with it. But and it was fun because we got to go on land and hang out with everybody that's going on over there, and they had our own naval base, Guantanamo Bay, and Yeah, it was pretty fun, And other than that, we just stayed on the boat and had a good old jolly time. And yeah, it was pretty good, pretty fun.
Great. So, what was running through your head when you were there, like doing everything, doing your business in the boat? Was it a boat?
It's a ship.
Ship. In the ship.
Well, I was 26 years old, so you know, I like 26 years old. You know, rampaging. I'm in the Navy, so it's like if we went to war, I wouldn't have minded because it's like, you know, I would have gotten into it because I was excited and all pumped up and stuff. And then at the same time, I was scared because they could have just blown up our whole place. And
But it's called the Cold War. So what do you mean? You guys weren't in war?
No, we're not in war. It was basically a war threat, and we were neutralizing that war threat through force. And it was basically we were on the front of war. Like if they would have made one more move, it would have been a lot different story. But thank God it didn't. So still here today.
So it was like the brink of war.
Yes, it was the brink of war.
Right, back to you, Cassie.
Thank you, Sammy. Wow, that must have been terrifying. Well, now we're gonna go to the weather. For this week's weather report, we have Monday, cloudy, probably. I don't really know. I just guessed all this because this is how I want it to go, so it's not really accurate. Tuesday, it's gonna be partly cloudy. Wednesday, I wanted some rain, so we added 50% chance there. Thursday, wasn't really feeling it. 20% with clouds. And then, of course, on my weekend, I want it to be sunny, so that's how it's gonna go. Thank you.
Thank you for watching Lynx News. Stay tuned.
Hello, welcome to Lynx News. My name is Cassie.
Can you redo that?
Stop.
Hello, and my name is Sammy. Stop.
Go.
Go.
Hi, my name is Cassie, and hello, and what? Hello, my name is Cassie. Oh, frick. He's going to Oh, frick.
It's okay.
Yes. I have an itch. Hold on, actually. Wait. Who that?
Talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, thank you. You got a text.
Oh my. For this week's weather report, get away. For this week's. Stop.